Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you again for joining. For those that are new, welcome. I hope you watch this video and subscribe to my channel and help us start this journey together to empower you as a leader to win in your career and financial journey. So with that, let's go into this video. Today, I want to share tips on how to prevent burnout as a leader. I bet with the pandemic or without the pandemic, as a leader, there are a lot of distractions, projects, and things that pull us in as many different directions as possible. So which could lead us to a lot of burnout. And when I say burnout, it can be noticeable, or it may not be even noticeable to you, and you just jug along, yet you may start to not like your job or not enjoy your hobbies as much, or just have time for the family. So there are different symptoms of burnout and different symptoms of how you exhibit burnout. And what I'm sharing with you today is trying ways to prevent you from reaching this point and really giving you back the love and the choice that you have made in your career. So with me, I would say I don't think I'm at that point of burnout, but I'm definitely there are days I'm exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. So as a manager with 46 direct reports and we're 55 members strong with 6 clinical specialists. There are a lot of attentions and projects and things of that nature from within pharmacy, but also beyond pharmacy, right? And the COVID-19 pandemic doesn't help with it. I think it's just adding extra priorities and extra projects and things of that nature. So regardless of what setting you work in, I think it's extremely stressful nowadays, and we are 24/7 connected. Depends on what you do and what you work. I have a phone and I'm 24/7 on call. So it can be a lot of work on your end to really be a great leader, especially when there are so many different priorities and distractions that you need to attend to, in addition to your family and other things that you have outside of work. So I hope this will help you tremendously as a leader to start reflecting on your priorities and where you can prevent yourself from getting to a burnout level. So with that, let's go into it. So first things first, tip number 1, I would say examine your current workflow, examine your family life, where things are. Is it where you want it to be? What are you currently doing? How are you feeling? Truthfully, how are you feeling? You really need to sit and pause. You're probably going at 1,000 miles per hour at this point, and you're just doing things to get things done, check off your list, take care of this person, take care of that person, take care of this request. The list go on, yada, 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 right? But I hope you find 5 minutes of restoration and think about, how are you feeling? Is this what you see yourself doing day in, day out in the next year, 2 years, 3 years? What can you do to make it better? If you're starting to lose hope, lose energy, lose passion in what you're currently doing, is it the job itself, or is it other demands that you have said yes to? And this is something that is still a work in progress for me, to be honest. Learning to say no and learning to say yes selectively, right? Because when we say yes to something, we inherently say no to something else. So for me, this has been something I'm working on, and I have mentors. Even my boss right now is helping me. So I think for us who are in leadership role, formally or not formally, right? When I say leader, I'm not talking about like you gotta be manager, director, or supervisor. It could be informally, because all of us are a leader in some capacity. So when we're taking that role of helping people, taking charge, influence others, making changes, we are inherently a leader, formally with a title or informally. So I think just really take a breather, take a mental day, and think about and reflect on what is it that you want to accomplish in the next year. Where do you see yourself where you would be back to your quote younger self or the old self that find everything so invigorating, exciting. So I would say take a moment to reflect, how am I feeling? Is this what I want to do day in, day out? How can I change this? And taking that 5-minute pause will be incredible and plan out your day, right? The next thing I would recommend is to incorporate some type of routine into your day. That could be a morning routine of quick 5-minute meditation, 5-minute walk, 5-minute hugs with the pets or the kids, whatever it is that brings you to that smile, that joyful state. Find that routine. Even if it means that you get up earlier or go to bed a little bit later, or during your lunch break, you might take a shorter lunch break. Find that routine to get you back to your composure self. For me, that is 5 minutes of walking. There are days I was able to allocate more than 5 minutes. Like I actually, like on the weekend, I was able to just leave the kid at home with my husband and go for an hour walk. That's my Zen moment. Morning or night. I prefer morning because I get up early and I enjoy the sunshine. I enjoy seeing the sunrise. So I go even for a 5-minute walk before I get to my car and go to work. That works for me. And that has been really helping me. And I've been picking up that habit in the last year and a half. And it helps me tremendously. It just gets me oriented, calm, be my Zen moment, and actually plan out my day. Like, these are things I want to accomplish. Of course, when I get to work, it may not be that way, but at least you have a plan. So that's one thing. So find a routine that you find peaceful, Zen, helpful, just to keep you calm and be in your state. The second thing as a leader is learn to delegate and learn to say no. This is something I know it's been a struggle for me, because I feel like, well, I don't want to put burden on others. I just want to get these things done, and it's probably faster that I get it done instead of give it to somebody else. But as a leader, informally or formally, you're just inherently probably a great achiever, worker. So people tend to ask you to do things because you get things done. But there are things you need to learn as a leader, that you need to give other opportunities to grow. And yes, they may be slower initially, but then and it may take you a longer time to explain something versus just you do it. However, it will eventually pay off. That 10-15 minute explain someone to do something, and they would just run with it, and then that will save you so much time in the end, and later on that you can just refer to this person to do this XYZ thing that others have come to you. So there are certain things that are, I would say, that you can delegate to others, and there are certain things that you just have to do that you cannot delegate. Like, for example, performance evaluation. You can't delegate that. But you can delegate them to do filling this prescription, or talking to this nursing team, or talking to provider on XYZ, right? So you really want to empower individuals that want to grow in your team, and give them a small project to see how they're doing, coach them along the way, and start give them bigger projects. And that's something I find very helpful in my role as a manager right now, is that I have people who are hungry and that want to learn and want to grow and want to get into leadership role eventually. And I think it's a great succession planning. All right, so learn to say no and learn to delegate. And the flip side of learn to say no is learn to say yes selectively. What saying yes to that X request, a presentation, a college webinar, an organization webinar, would that bring you joy? Would that be like a 10? Like, you're so excited that tomorrow it is happening tomorrow, you just want to do it. If the answer is no, or you're hesitant, maybe you want to just say no, and then think about other people that may give them the opportunities. If you've done presentation thousands of times, you're probably like, but if you give that to somebody else, like, oh yeah, I would love to do that, right? So learn to delegate. Third is, I kind of alluded to this already, but try to plan PTO mental day. I know we probably, some may have saved their holidays / vacation days for true holidays. But I think what has been successful and helpful for me is that I actually try to put a mental day here and there in my schedule. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be at the office and I might not be traveling, and just vacation, staying home, doing things, going to do things that I enjoy, go out to a state park and hike for that day and be back the same day, pick up my son earlier and have fun with him at playground, things of that nature that you can unplug. And then of course, before you go on your mental day, really try to unplug. Like if you can find coverage to cover your on-call for that day, fabulous. If you can talk to your boss, be like, hey, I'm gonna just take this day off and truly take it off and not answer phone calls or emails, and he or she understands it, awesome. So really take a mental day for yourself and give yourself some more space and energy to re-tap into that, what I call the youthful self, when we're so excited about work and we're excited about what we do. These are some tips that have helped me tremendously. I would love to hear about what you have done in your journey as a leader to help prevent burnout, in terms of helping yourself to find renewable energy, so you don't get to that level of burnout and exhaustions and hating your career or hating your life. So please, I'd love to hear it. Love to connect with you on LinkedIn. Put the comment below, and I hope you subscribe to this channel as more genuine videos like this will come out. Thank you so much. Take care.